Hey everybody, it's BigPapaGrump. Welcome to the Board Doom Podcast. So let's get to it. The results from Money in the Bank, which I don't have. I could go upstairs and get the actual board because I haven't erased it yet, but there's what the board looks like. Junior won. He is the Money in the Bank. I guess, how do you say that? Mr. Money in the Bank.
He also did nothing.
Yeah, he had 5 points.
Everyone else had 4.
Well, me, Kevin, Corey, Sean, John, Taryn, and Jesse all had 4 right. All had 4 right.
There were 6 matches.
Did I say Corey? Oh yeah, he did. Tiger only got 3, and Christian only got 2. So because I managed to keep pace with everyone else, I am still in technically first place of the non-people that are holding the belt. So with SummerSlam being a title defense, I go up against Corey for the belt. So there we go. That's assuming somebody doesn't cash in. So the rule on that is you just have to cash in by
picks.
You have to cash in before or up. Yeah, I think you have to cash in before WrestleMania, and because WrestleMania is just a big free for all, and then you can cash in any pay-per-view. You just have to announce it with your picks. So there you go. That's that. So Money in the Bank wasn't a bad show.
No, we'll talk about that.
I'm not going in any particular order. I thought the Uso Street Profits match was really, really good. That was a lot of fun. Was
match of the night, 100%.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Those two, and it's funny because like they were talking about on Wrestle Talk where they were just like, we've seen this match 8 million times, yet they managed to make this match interesting. So
we had to.
Oh yeah,
they
shoehorning some story about how Dawkins and like they're not getting along, and then completely forget about it on Raw when they're having a hot dog eating contest with Otis, who then threw up everywhere.
Oh, that was this Raw I saw that clip from? Oh, I thought that was old.
Yes. No, that was Monday.
Whoa.
By the way, on a side note, Kevin Owens has a new T-shirt and it's got a panda on it, and he tweeted out like, everybody's asking me why do I have a panda on it, and here's how the conversation went. Joe, what do you want for your new shirt? I don't know. How about a panda? Buy a panda. Pandas are awesome, but something about WWE and pandas that just don't jive very well. Get the F out and all that. So I think there might be a double joke in there. So I don't know where I want to go next because you got that one. I don't want to cover the money's is. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. The
Ronda Natty was better than anticipated.
Yeah. I mean, it was slow by design,
right?
So, and that tied into the women's Money in the Bank match. First of all, okay, Shotzi slipped on the ladder. I've seen people do it before. Yet the internet made her delete her Twitter over it. Just irritating. Just whatever. What are you watching?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm not. Unless it's Deonna Purrazzo, I don't care. So but I do acknowledge that it's on TV now. So yeah, that match, and then of course that tied into the Money in the Bank match where it wasn't a great Money in the Bank match. The outcome was
dude, they did something right.
Yeah, and
that's great.
With Liv cashing in, or getting the Money in the Bank, and then cashing in on Ronda, which they had the Bianca Carmella match earlier, and then Carmella attacked Bianca, and I wasn't sure if they were doing a red herring. It's like, oh, wait a minute, she's beating her up at the match, but I think it's just it's probably just because they're gonna continue the feud for a little while. Yeah. And then so I was thinking maybe she might cash in on Bianca, but no, she cashed in on Ronda, and this is what do we do? The third time in 5 Money in the Banks for the women where the cash in happened the same night, or third in 6 or something.
Yeah. I mean, if it's good, do it. I pull it.
Yeah. And then you had but the Bianca Carmella match wasn't terrible either, but it was short like it was supposed to be. And you know, they got their stuff in, KOD done.
Yeah, and you know, what else are you gonna do? Like,
yeah, exactly. You know,
Bianca matches tell the exact same story every time, unfortunately. But yeah, whatever.
Which is why I always liked her better as a heel, because you know the aw shucks thing, you know, she's starting to get a little bit of an edge to her lately though. So I'm starting to dig it. I'm hoping they actually kind of, if they're going to keep her baby face, kind of progress her character to get rid of the aw shucksiness. That's Bailey shtick.
I mean, yeah, besides that, I guess, I mean, the Theory Lashley match was good.
I mean, they had to get the belt off of Theory.
Yeah, and this is what is bullshit about WWE, because every time you add somebody to a match and you have them win, it takes the complete surprise out of it. Now, like, I don't know. Cool, I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to build future stars, but don't make fucking Theory John Cena. I don't want to hate him. Like, I don't want to be sick of him already, and it's close because we had another moment where they threw somebody into the Money in the Bank, and then they won, and it's like, dude.
And he announced that he's cashing in at SummerSlam.
Okay. Wow. He's not going to if they're smart. No,
he should hold it. He should drag that box around for a while.
Yeah,
the briefcase. So you know,
unless they really want to have him do that, cash in on those guys, which okay, and then you have Cena win his 17th off him. That's the only thing I can see with that.
And yeah, and that seems to be the I agree with you. That's the only reason why you would put the belt on Theory now, was just to give it to John Cena.
Yeah.
But I mean,
have Cena come in and try to win the briefcase from him. Like, I hate that storyline.
Yeah, I always.
But
yeah,
Cena could be like, "Yo, like, listen, you know, all these people worked to be in it. You were handed it. You blah 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 blah." I mean, there's the argument that I had a match, they didn't. But like, there's all this stuff that he could say. But it's like, you could have Cena kind of be like, you know, doing like the hustle and stuff. It's like, bro, you kind of just you cheat, like, you know, you used politics to get in this. You didn't work for it. And then he could challenge him for it, and that's how you get your Theory Cena match, and have Theory go over. I mean, unless but you can't be shot the thing around like that. You did it with Otis, like recently. So
yeah. And then
I just hate when they add people to matches, and it's like, oh, well, they win.
Speaking of Otis, a former Mr. Money in the Bank, the men's Money in the Bank match in and of itself it had a lot of fun spots in it, you know, but it was, you know, it was your generic once Theory was added, you knew he was either going to win or he was going to be at the top of the ladder fighting, you know, right at the end.
And I had hoped that it would have gone to Riddle, because I actually wanted Riddle to win it, not because of perfect board or prediction wise, just it's Riddle is a future champ. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't. Like, Riddle can carry.
Because you unified the belts. That's why you wouldn't.
Yeah. Why did you do that? Oh, because Roman Reigns needs more stuff to do, and then so he can disappear. Like, it's dumb.
Yeah, it worked. See, at least
have the belt. Like, part-time champs are dumb.
When Lesnar had the Universal title and wandered off, you still had the world title on the show. So, I mean, I realize that one of the times where Lesnar was champ, he wandered off and it was the only belt. or whatever. But I'm just saying, like in recent history, you at least had one of the major titles on TV. So now what WWE's been doing is they've been showcasing the women's championship on Raw a lot more. So okay, it's a trade-off.
But if you're gonna have your main champ, which is both titles now, be a part-timer that's not even on the show for the past like 3 months. I mean, it's exaggeration, but
there's a report out that he's gonna miss Extreme Rules too.
Right, like, and he's not on any of these. At least, like at least with Lesnar, he would like show up on pay-per-views.
Yeah,
like, this is ridiculous. And on top of the fact, it's like I don't understand like if you're gonna do that, have a strong mid card, but you don't give a shit about the IC title.
Well, now that they put it on Gunther, we'll see what happens. We'll see, because he's a big beefy dude.
This is true. But you've had Chris Jericho hold the belt and nobody gave a shit about it. Like,
yeah, but they were featuring it then. Well, I mean, they were featuring it because it was part of a storyline with Owens. But
that was the U.S. title. But whatever. The point being, like,
but you've got the speaking U.S. title, and you put that back on Lashley. So, and they've been featuring the U.S. title more on Raw than they had the IC title on SmackDown.
I only credit that to them trying to build theory. Now, if they keep it up with Lashley, they can prove me wrong.
Well, yeah, because they're gonna put Lashley on TV because Lashley's over.
And that's the thing. It's like, we when Styles had it, it was kind of relevant, but then like Ricochet got it, crap. Like,
yeah,
you have to have feuds people give a crap about. So like. Lashley Riddle would be perfect because those are two guys that you could see go at it. And, you both have MMA backgrounds. Both are legit fighters and really good at, pro wrestling, sports entertainment, whichever one you want to go with. But, I mean, Gunther's beating up Ricochet. Unfortunately, nobody cares about Ricochet anymore. You got to give him somebody else. Like, I got to see where it goes before I'm like, oh, you put it on, like, Gunther.
Right, but he has to get rid of Ricochet because even though like no one gets an automatic rematch, Ricochet was the recent champ, so you kind of have to work him out of the picture.
I guess Theory did say he was going back after the U.S. title. I was gonna say I don't. That's fair.
Yeah. So, got it. He uses his money in the bank on the U.S. title.
That would be funny.
But yeah. So. All in all, I mean, like I said, it was a fun show, but it was noteworthy because it was Money in the Bank. But other than that, there wasn't a whole. I mean, you had the title change because Money in the Bank,
right?
But the tag titles didn't change hands. The Street Profits dissension was mentioned and then never addressed. So it was like they stop the storyline, just make. I don't know, maybe Michael Cole misunderstood something someone said in his ear. They signed McAfee to an extension.
At least 3 years.
Yeah, so that's cool.
They didn't give a length or anything, but like when they say multi-year, it's 3 to 5. Like we've always known that. That's how they structure contracts.
And then but yeah, so it wasn't the women's title didn't change hands and no one expected Carmella to win it anyway. So the Raw women's title.
And we knew the outcome of Ronda versus Natty, but it was nice to hear that Ronda said you have to give this to Liv.
Yeah, apparently the story again, I heard it from Wrestle Talk, but I mean they sourced it to I don't know if it was Fightful or Wrestle Votes or whoever it was.
Bleacher,
or somebody. But they apparently Ronda when she came back didn't want to be champ anyways. And she almost demanded them put the belt on Liv, saying that she was the hardest working. Now, did you hear Bubba Ray's comments?
No, I don't give a shit about Bubba Ray.
So Bubba Ray was getting some heat, and I don't think it's warranted because he was quoted with saying that basically Liv Morgan is pretending at being a pro wrestler, right? But what he actually said was talking about her babyface promo that she cut on Raw, which was obviously scripted all to hell. And she was trying to, she memorized it. So she's trying to recite it. And he was criticizing the promo, not Liv.
Right.
He was criticizing the promos being too cookie cutter, too babyface, too scripted. It didn't sound like it came from the heart. It sounded like someone who was playing at being a pro wrestler. However, people caught that last quote and ran with it.
Which is,
Yeah. So, I mean, Bubba Ray says a lot of dumb shit. I mean, he's not on Booker T's level as far as dumb shit in my concern. But that was one time he didn't say dumb shit. Shucky ducky quack quack.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
That's the dumbest phrase I've ever heard.
I don't even know. I mean, it became a thing, but I'm trying to remember how it started. I think he just said it.
He just did it.
So I asked you about
No,
that.
he
You're
just-
like, it just appeared.
He just started it.
Yeah, he just blurted it out one time.
Freaking graphic for it.
I mean,
Yeah,
I would have too. So at that point, it's like you say something that ridiculous, I have got to animate that.
Yeah,
So,
but yeah, I mean, it was a B show that was a B pay-per-view. I mean,
yeah. And then, so moving on now, SummerSlam, because there's a good chance we might not do another podcast until the SummerSlam preview, just because I'm still sorting out my basement. And the table's like the table's supposed to be more like this, but it's half on carpet and half not on carpet. So I'm kind of like leaning, trying to stay straight in the frame. But because it's driving me nuts. I don't care how it actually looks. But but SummerSlam, you're supposed to get.
we have the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th would be the podcasts.
Yeah.
Like those are just there's 3, I think, before.
Yeah. So yeah. But the I mean, unless there's something big to talk about, I might take a couple of weeks off. It's summer. It's like it's that see, baseball does this. It's just baseball's fault. Baseball makes summer boring. No one wants to do anything during the summer. So like wrestling stories are all a bunch of garbage, except for around like SummerSlam.
Right.
Yeah. So nobody's excited about anything. It's like I'm still like trying to, the Nathan's hot dog eating contest is the most interesting thing happening outside of wrestling.
That was funny.
So and that's not even interesting because it's essentially Roman Reigns. Because Joey Chestnut is Roman Reigns at this point.
Yeah, but
no, Roman Reigns is Joey Chestnut.
That's not rigged though, so
it's not.
I don't think so.
Just saying. Anyways, conspiracy theory out there.
Yeah,
just now made up.
Shit.
So that guy's just inhuman. Like I'm a fan. Like I like hot dogs. They're good, but I can't eat 50 of them.
No, give me like 3. I'm good.
Like I can't eat 50 of them a year, let alone in a day. So, anyways, but yeah. So SummerSlam, you got Brock Roman, which
the last
is
time ever, maybe
last time ever. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They never said that. They did say like for one last time.
Yeah.
Let
me see. So you're probably Liv and Ronda are rumored to wrestle, and
you get Seth Riddle.
Yeah, and I would imagine Liv would retain based on if the rumors about what Ronda had to say was true.
Yeah, I would hope.
Yeah. But yeah, you'll probably have Seth Cody again. I'm sorry, what? Seth Riddle. And then sorry, I'm just so used to it being Seth and Cody.
Seth Riddle, yeah. Corbin McAfee.
Yeah, Corbin McAfee. You'll probably have the Usos and the Street Profits again.
You'll probably have Cena show up.
Yeah, because from what I heard, they were pushing that match off till like WrestleMania, possibly.
Yeah.
So, and that sounds more like a well. I mean, SummerSlam is kind of their other WrestleMania anyway, so at least they think so.
I mean, unless if for some stupid reason you have Cena come back in the Rumble, win a third Rumble to face Theory at WrestleMania.
You're assuming the Theory is cashed in?
Would have it by then, yes.
Okay.
Or Cena just comes back, says, I want one last shot to break this record, wins the Rumble Theory, has it by Mania.
We're probably going to see Becky Bianca again, or maybe Becky Bianca Asuka. Wait, didn't we just do that?
I don't care.
I don't know. It's like, you know, for as exciting as like Liv winning the belt is,
Yeah.
well, I mean, if Rhea's healthy, we might get Bianca Rhea.
I would be okay with that.
But when you look at the SmackDown roster, outside of Ronda, Liv's going to have Natty. If I wouldn't mind them pushing Aaliyah, it's a little too early because like just catapulting her in there. But she could wrestle Shotzi, you know, which, you know, I mean, no, that should be a good match. Like Shotzi's good, just wasn't on Sunday. Shayna, yeah, Shayna's a credible challenger, like to us.
Charlotte, when she comes back. Bayley,
yeah, who knows where Charlotte is? Who knows where Bayley is though? Like their roster is thin. It's funny that it's weird because everybody criticizes AEW for the booking of their women's division, but their women's division is deep as hell. WWE pushes they actually feature their women, but they don't push any of them, so their roster looks thin, even though it's not.
Well, and they also release every fucking body.
Yeah, fair, but
like you had Tony Storm, you had
a perfectly good Nixon Newell sitting right there.
You had
perfectly good Dakota Kai sitting right there.
Yeah.
A perfectly good Ember Moon sitting right there.
Io could have came up at any point.
Yeah. Io was long. We were talking about Io coming up not that long after she lost the belt the first time.
Sonya Deville could actually wrestle again.
Who?
Sonya Deville.
Oh yeah, Sonya Deville could. I just didn't hear what you said. Not that I don't know who Sonya Deville is. But yeah, it's like they're there. They just don't like, you know, Aaliyah is only featured whenever she happens to run into Ricochet backstage. And I know I've been bitching about that for a month, but come on. You know, I don't see like, you know, when I'm scrolling through Instagram and, you know, whatever, it's like, I don't see in-ring Aaliyah. I see her riding a horse. That's somebody. Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, it's in a bikini.
I mean, I probably would complain less, but still, you know, but it's but it's just one of those things where, you know, they have their top like 3 or 4 on each show, and that's all they focus on. You know, they focus on Charlotte, now Liv, Ronda, and probably Natty. And then on the other side, it's Asuka, Becky, Bianca, and when she comes back, Rhea. Right. And then when somebody's hurt, they just plug someone else in there temporarily.
Carmella.
Yeah, Carmella, you know, or Shayna for like a week, you know.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah. So, all right.
I mean, there's new NXT women tag team champs.
Yes. Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. I almost called her Roxy. You know, they beat Toxic Attraction, and they'll hold the belts for like a month, and then they'll put the belts right back on Toxic. Unless, see, what I kind of want to see them do is have Roxanne Perez go over Mandy, get that whole double champ thing going, and call Toxic Attraction back up to the main roster.
Yeah, it's needed. They're needed.
Because they're I'm not gonna say they're super unique because, you know, but they make the shtick unique. They make the shtick different and interesting based on just how they are.
Do we have women tag champs on the main roster?
No. They mentioned that they were going to have a tournament to crown a new champs, right, and then never mentioned it again.
Okay.
So maybe they'll revisit. Who knows? Nah, not likely. But you call them up and almost have them come up like Absolution. Is that what? That was Paige and them, right? That was Absolution. Yeah, just making sure.
Yeah, them and the Riot Squad were on the 2 brands.
You know, and so that and both worked for a while. So you can take that little mini faction, the 3-person faction, and just have them do what they
If you
did on the
do
main
it right,
roster in like down at NXT, have them do it on the main roster. I'm not saying put the belt on Mandy necessarily right away or anything, but I mean, Mandy's gotten like she was never really good on the mic.
it's
But she's
different.
gotten better, and
Like,
and it's different. You know, I mean,
Send
even
her after
though
Bianca.
we've seen it before, but you know that you can kind of make them the women equivalent of the Shield, where they just not hear me out before, but you just that pack mentality that they have, they're already doing it on NXT.
Yeah.
So just do it on the main roster, like, you know, where they are just one for all for one.
Right.
But, you know, being bitches about it, which is what really works.
I mean, but other than that, with everything just happened the way that you would think it would on that show. The only thing that was different was I didn't think Trick Williams was going to beat Wesley. That was weird.
Yeah, and it was rubbing alcohol or something, and
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know.
I mean, break Wesley to do something with him, sure, but I don't. Braun Breaker, that makes sense. Carmelo Hayes, yeah.
I wouldn't have been surprised if they put it on Grayson Waller, but because they tend
That's
to hot shot that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, but they've been doing that.
I know, but you gotta stop.
You don't gotta. So you and I think you gotta stop, but they don't necessarily think they gotta stop.
Tricks is back. It stops here.
It'd be interesting to
good.
it would be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Diamond Mine. And by that, I mean, if they ever do anything with Diamond Mine.
What they do with Roddy is what you mean? Because they just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. But, you know, you either have to break that group up or get Roddy out of it.
He is.
Not officially.
Okay. He just tried to win the tag titles from him.
Yeah, with another guy from Diamond Mine.
That's fair. I didn't know he was part of Diamond Mine. I didn't know who the hell that guy was, to be honest with you.
and then you've got Ivy now going around recruiting people in the background. I was like, oh, she's got. It's like
Malcolm
when you go to
She's Malcolm Bivens now.
Yeah, basically. But it's like when you go to a job interview, you know you've got that second job interview later. It's like she already has that one job, but she's setting up plan B in case something goes wrong with the first job. So if Diamond Mine goes, you know, she's like, I'll just build my own stable.
And they're all from NXT UK, which is weird.
Yeah, and just stand there smiling at her the whole time. Like, that was awkward. She's just like, you be there 8 a.m. tomorrow. And she's like, okay. And I was just like, it's like, is that jet lag? What is going on? And what is with like everybody from NXT UK is coming over, you know, and getting renamed. But, you know, it's like half that roster. It's like pretty soon, the only two people left in NXT UK is going to be Blair Davenport and Tyler Bate. That's what I was thinking of. But I was like, oh, it's a mustache, but can't be Mustache Mountain anymore. You know, he's like Goatee Hill.
That's all I got on.
Yeah, AEW was okay. AEW was fine. Like it was a good show, but you know, it was the Moxley Brody Lee match or Brody Lee Brody King match was pretty. I got Brody Lee on the brain because earlier because they were in Rochester, they brought out the whole Dark Order, including -1, and -1 basically challenged QT Marshall to a match when he's 18, which I thought was funny.
Brilliant booking strategy by that man because he's gonna win. Like that is, it's like if you go to WWE, you beg to fight Ziggler.
Yeah, I don't think QT Marshall's won a match since Hook beat him, because you know that was it. Like he hasn't done anything since. Like Hook wrecked that dude.
Most of that roster's wrecked that dude. It's fine.
Yeah. The Thunderstorm versus Nyla Rose and why am I drawing a blank on her damn name? I can see her face.
Marina Shafir.
Thank you. Roddy's wife. you know, that match was good. You know, I was like, okay, cool. At least they're on TV. But you know, and then the Young Bucks challenging. I like Ollie Davis's theory on the Young Bucks challenging the Team Taz. I don't know. Do we call them Team Taz? Are they still officially Team Taz, or are they just?
Yeah, no, they are. They're talking about
All right.
Starks and
All right, Team Taz, and then Swerve in My Glory or whatever. You know, to a triple threat match, and Ollie's. I think it was Ollie or was Luke's theory that this might just be them telling the story of the Young Bucks ducking FTR. So, which I think is kind of interesting, if that's the case, because I could care less. And then zero resolution on the whole Luchasaurus joining Christian thing. Although Christian still had the line of the night, where he basically said to Matt that, like, you know, when Matt came out and was running, I was like, wow, I thought, you know, it's starting to sound to me like, you know, your brother was the sober one or something like that. And yeah. And I was just like, so yeah, but that was basically like, that was AEW in a nutshell. You know, we're in between. Like, they set up some stuff for Fyter Fest, which is the next 2 weeks, I think, or maybe not the next 2 weeks, but soon 2 weeks.
Is it a weekend?
No, it's. I think it. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know if they're doing it like back to back Dynamites, or if they're doing Dynamite and then a live Rampage edition. So
I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
They
So-
usually do.
But you know, more Danhausen, please. That's all I gotta say. More Danhausen. And Christian needs to alternate colors of his turtleneck between black and slightly darker black.
You know what? This is going to prove what board members actually watch this. This is completely unrelated. But I want to state that the best thing to happen to Baker Mayfield is Carolina, and I stand by that. And you can suck it, Uppercut. And he's not going to see that because he watches. So, but prove me wrong. There's a comment section.
I was trying to think of something I could say to Kevin, knowing that he won't comment. Corey watches.
And
So if I say something
is on a
negative
better
about
team
Corey,
now.
Huh?
He left the Knights. Flair was in a better position in the Blackhawks, and he re-signed with the Wild. And it's just better because Vegas sucks. And fuck the Chiefs.
and the Astros.
I don't have anything.
Trying to think. See, I can't say anything about John because John roots for the same teams I do. So,
And Saquon's gonna break his knee in the training camp. We all know it because the Giants are a joke.
I have no idea what teams Christian roots for. So that's what you get for only 2 points in a pay-per-view, buddy.
And nobody likes New York, like the state, and going to it and living there, or selling houses. Bitch.
That was Jesse.
No. Christian's Corey's real.
Oh no, I thought the going to New York and living there thing.
Oh no, that was Christian still because I thought
Oh.
he was from New York, or I could be wrong, but I
Right,
forgot.
it might be. I mean, he lives in York, so he just dropped the new
But I
alphabet.
forgot about Jesse. So here we go. Zach Wilson's a joke, and the Dolphins will always own the Jets.
He's a he's a Jets fan.
Jets fan. He's a Jets fan.
Oh, that's worse than being a Dolphins fan.
And Rhea Ripley sucks. Oh wait, you participate in the podcast. You participate in the podcast.
Still the most she said in the podcast, but
For real.
all right.
Nobody
Okay.
likes War Dragons.
Nobody knows what War Dragons is.
There's gonna be one person in the comments that does though.
Yes. She's gonna go get her clan. They'll just like comment flame us. Like they'll drown out like freaking Brandon, you know.
You know what? Yeah, because words. I lost it. I lost who I need to approach now. I think we ran out of board members.
Shippensburg sucks. Is that what we're gonna? All right. So
And Stannis is white and a terrible dark horse.
she's not even part of the board anymore.
But watches, because I'm sure you make her.
No.
Oh.
You know what I do? Here's one of the views, like while I'm sitting there playing like Dauntless or
Here's the photo.
Cyberpunk or something, I just have it playing in the background with volume off because I've heard it. I edit this thing together. So I've heard it the entire way through already. And plus was there.
Yeah.
So, it's like I'm the only one who hasn't missed a podcast because whenever I can't make it, I just cancel it.
That's true. And no, and only the weak-minded and people who want to pretend to be a military vet go to the Air Force. I don't know. I think Elijah watches sometimes.
Oh, well, hey Elijah.
If
All
not,
right,
I'm gonna tell him to just so that he can hear me bad mouth.
yeah. All right. I've been Big Papa Grump. That's been Junior and Little Rhea. And catch you next time.
Mr. Money in the Bank out.